A clear sky, a routine test flight, and then, within just 12 seconds, India's Tejas fighter jet went from a perfectly normal takeoff to a complete disaster. The aircraft lifted smoothly, everything appeared normal, and yet something invisible, something unexpected, struck almost instantly. The pilot ejected. The jet crashed. And India was left with a question that refuses to go away. Was it a human mistake or a hidden flaw inside the machine itself? Today, we explore that mystery. But the truth waiting at the end might surprise you. The takeoff began like any standard flight. Speed was correct. Climb angle was stable. Weather conditions were ideal. But right as the wheels left the runway, the Tejas began behaving in a way no pilot should ever experience. The aircraft jerked. It rolled unnaturally. Then it shook as if fighting forces that shouldn't have been there at all. Witnesses claimed it looked like the jet was struggling against itself, like it wasn't responding to the pilot. Yet there were no flames, no smoke, no explosion. Absolutely nothing obvious. Just chaos inside the cockpit and a pilot trying to control a jet that had suddenly stopped listening. And here's where the story grows deeper. Investigators found no bird strike, no engine failure, no fuel system malfunction. Instead, the jet showed signs of uncommanded behavior, a terrifying aviation term meaning the aircraft began doing things on its own. But how and why? Tejas may be India's pride, but behind the pride lies a long history of technical challenges. Random control resets, software bugs demanding emergency patches, sensors that sometimes send misleading readings, and an autopilot that has been known to disengage without warning. Any one of these issues could be catastrophic, especially during takeoff, the most sensitive phase of flight. What about pilot error? That's the easiest blame. One wrong input, one hesitation, and everything goes wrong. But not this time. The pilot was a veteran test pilot, highly skilled, deeply experienced, and trained to react faster than most humans can think. His actions were precise. He controlled what he could, and he ejected only at the final safe second. That rules out human error and points instead to something inside the aircraft failing the pilot, not the other way around. And that brings us to the single most important detail in the preliminary investigation report. A line most people missed, but one that changes everything. Uncommanded flight behavior observed. This means the aircraft moved without input. Suddenly, only two possibilities remain. Either there was a rare hidden glitch in the flight control software, one that activates under the worst possible moment, or a critical sensor malfunctioned and fed the computer false data, making the aircraft believe it was in danger when it wasn't. Both are frightening. Both match what witnesses saw, but which one is responsible? Here's where things get even more interesting. Investigators have identified the likely cause. They have isolated the system that malfunctioned, and they have pinpointed the exact moment when everything started to go wrong, but the official report has not been released. Insiders whisper that the answer could have major consequences, not just for Tejas Mk1, but for AMCA, MK2, and even India's future AMCA program. Some claim it was a sensor, others say it was software. And if you believe it's something deeper, something structural, something the jet has been carrying from its earliest days, and the twist, whatever failed, has happened before, quietly, subtly. In earlier flights, the signature of the culprit is already known. And if that's true, then this crash might not be the last unless the issue is fixed immediately. So what do you think? Was it man, machine, or a flaw hidden in the jet since the very beginning? Until the final report arrives, the mystery remains open. But one thing is certain, the ending to this story is coming, and when it does, it may rewrite the future of India's fighter jet program forever.